Hello and good evening. Welcome to the Potterverse pre-show. This is, of course, before we record our podcast. Do a little wave. This is when we like to take a little bit of time and see who's watching, because generally we're recording an audio-based podcast, and we don't get to necessarily say hi to all of you. So whether you're joining on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, we want to say a little hello. So let us know where you're tuning in from. First off, what house you're in. Obviously, you can use emojis. You can use colorful hearts. You can just let us know your house pride, but let us know what house you're in. Let us know where you are tuning in from. We want to see who is the furthest person from Rhode Island.
Oh,
who's tuning in? Who's the farthest from Rhode Island? It might be Ellen.
That would be Ellen.
It probably is.
I think we got a winner, folks.
What's exactly on the opposite side of the globe? Oh, yes, Australia. So, let's see who's the second furthest. But Ellen, you win, my friend.
Ellen,
and then,
don't miss a beat.
Let me know. Would you... what could be a fun little question?
What'd you ever
get
get caught with at school?
Ooh, yeah. What did you get in trouble being caught with, or whatever, if you got in trouble? Thank you, Angela. I actually just went live on the Mary and Blake page.
Yes,
I thought
you
I
did.
was live in my Marvelous VIP group to show how quickly I got ready for this video, because I got ready in 5 minutes, from like a just gross base face to slap on some makeup, throw on a bold lippy, put on some mascara, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, you are.
We got some Hufflepuffs in the house. This is also a great time to share. Sharing is caring, and it is the way that you bring hugs to my heart and to Blake's heart. So the way that you do it on YouTube is you can share it however you like. Friends on Instagram, you can screenshot this and then throw it in your stories, tag Mary and Blake Media, and let your friends know. Come and join the Potterverse. It's live. Like, come on in if you're a Potter fan. So tag and put in the stories, and if you do that, I would love, hi Claudia from New Jersey. If you do that, remember to write Expecto Patronum in the comments. And Facebook, you guys have the easiest way.
Yeah.
You
just hit
have
the share button.
easiest way. You literally just have to put that share button. You can pop it in your stories. You can pop it on your wall. You could send it in Messenger. You can put it in your favorite Harry Potter groups. I mean, there are so many places that you can share. So let's see some Expecto Patronums. Blake, you want to read them on up?
Let's do it. What do we got here? Okay.
So you
Caitlin.
would Expecto Patronum if you have shared.
Yeah, make sure you share it and then put Expecto Patronum. And then we'll call you out. Caitlin, thank you for the Expecto Patronum. Rachel, as always, thank you. Nicole. Let's see who else we got here. No, that's all I'm seeing so far.
Okay.
Gloria, thank you so much. And Tamara also. Tammy asks, did I have a good birthday?
Yes, because yesterday was Blake's birthday.
Yes, it was.
Hi, McKenna on Instagram.
I turned the big 3-8, and it was a good birthday. I hung out with my family, my own little clan here, Clan Larson and House Larson.
Yes.
And we had some hibachi.
We did,
which was really good.
So
and then
fun.
we had the world's best cakes. Sorry, Tammy, but we had the world's best cakes at Greg's restaurant, which is amazing, like legitimately the best cakes on the planet. So, but I would be happy, Tammy, if you sent me some more samples.
My gosh, Tammy is
and that
busy,
way we
Blake.
can do a competition and find out. I'm not gonna.
She was just featured on our Outlander Cast blog.
Yes, she
So if you're a
was.
fan of the Outlander Cast blog and you want to know one of the best bakers around, you're going to have to head over there. Our friend Lindley, who is also another staff member along with Tammy, did a wonderful Sassenach spotlight. So OutlanderCastblog.com. It's your one-stop shop. And we do want to make a note. Our friends who are book readers, if you're into the Outlander series, make sure you're in our Outlander Cast Clan book club for the Echo read-along. We are gearing up, getting ready for the newest book in the Outlander series to come on out, so make sure you're there. We've got Angela, who is leading that discussion, joining us here live as well.
Allie asks, Mary, are you going to appear on the MCU Diaries at all?
Not with WandaVision.
It is something that I had floated out there on the podcast. In meaning, like, maybe I could convince Mary to come on there for the finale at one point.
Maybe.
To make an appearance.
Maybe.
But I don't know. We'll see.
It's very confusing for me.
It is. Because Mary is not an MCU dork like me. Like, she enjoys it. She enjoys watching it. Like, and she's invested, I think, in WandaVision.
Yeah.
But,
I enjoy watching it. I have no idea what's going on. So that's really where it comes down
Yeah. you struggle a little bit. But that's okay. I mean, that would actually be kind of fun to have that kind of perspective on the show. To be like, okay, what? Why is Vision white? Hashtag spoilers. Like, what? Like, that doesn't make sense. But, you know, hey.
That's going to be good. So we're going to actually dive into Potter tonight. So you guys ready? Are you ready? Did you hit that share button? Did you expecto Patronum? Let us know where you're from. Ah! I told you this falls all the time.
All right,
and I told
it.
Blake it falls all the time, and he's like, no, it doesn't.
Let me fix it.
I'm so glad that just fell in real life on our pre-show. You want to know what this is for, friends? This is for my gray hair, and it's also because it lights up Blake's face. Blake is, like, obsessed with lighting. For those of you who don't know, by listening to him talk about TV.
Oh, I know why it's falling.
Why is it
it's
falling?
Being pulled.
Okay. Hi, Autumn. Hi, Rebecca and McKenna and Leah. How are you? And Heidi on Instagram. Great to see you all. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Our Instagram crowd is usually a little quiet. So I'm going to call you guys out. I want to see some chatter. Do you get the closed captionings also on Instagram Live? I know that Facebook Live does the closed captionings. Fun question for you all. Hey, Amy. Thank you so much for that Expecto Patronum, my friend. Friends on Facebook, do any of you ever just read the closed captions, or do you all of you have sound on? Oh, thank you, Maya, so much for, I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. Maya Ann? Let me know. Let me know how to say it. Thank you so much. This is from a store called Shop Among the Daisies. Shop Among the Daisies. And they're special snitch earrings. And they're like a leather with a fun little bead. She does all sorts of fandom earrings. Outlander, Harry Potter. She did a lot of fun ones for Halloween. So you'll want to check her on out. All right. You want to jump on in?
Yes, I just want to call out Susan. Thank you so much for sharing on your wall. Expecto Patronum. Excellent. Thank you. And, yeah. Oh, Tammy says she's going to send me cake. All right. Or maybe brownies. I'm not going to lie. I would like those brown sugar cookies, the ones that are just stupid good.
Oh, my gosh. He's putting in an order. He's putting in an order, Tammy. I can't even handle it.
She said, Mayan. You said it correctly the first time.
Mayan. Okay.
Okay,
yep.
Mayan. Okay, cool. All right. You ready to make a podcast?
Yeah.
All right, 10 seconds for...
Room tone. For those of you who don't know what room tone is, it's this awkward silence where I don't talk at all because Blake has to capture the essence, aka just the background sounds in our house. So that way he can edit those out. Hey, Jolene, thank you so much. And Ellen, thank you.
Every room, wherever you record, has a sound.
Right
sound
now,
with air.
ours is...
It bumps off of the walls. It gets into the mic. There's a flow that you need to just get rid of so it sounds perfect. Okay, here we go. Ready?
I'm ready. From Providence, Rhode Island, welcome to the Potterverse. It's a podcast dedicated to the book and film universe of Harry Potter. So grab your favorite wands and time turners. Let's step into the night and pursue that flighty temptress adventure. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Mary Larson.
My name is Blake, and I'm in on Snape.
I know you are, Blake.
I'm so in on Snape. It's the best. He is the best.
You
want to know
have dressed
why?
up as him multiple times,
Oh, yeah. I don't mess around. You want to know why I'm in on Snape in this chapter?
Oh, on this... Okay, so just this chapter alone.
No, but I'm in overall. Like, overall, no matter what, I'm in on Snape. But I'm in on this chapter because he's not wrong.
No.
He's not wrong. Not wrong at all. In fact, right. Constantly.
Yeah.
Consistently right in this chapter.
Yeah.
And you have
How many times is Snape right in the books?
Always. Oh, you see what I did there? Boom, boom, always.
Oh, it took me a moment. Way to go, nerd reference.
There you go. Not bad. Thank you, nerds. Thank you, nerds, for coming and having fun with the Potterverse and listening to us and having a good time. Yeah, we're nerds together. We're enjoying it. We're having
truly
some
are.
fun.
Yes, we are. So excited to be here and, of course, enjoying these moments with you. This, of course, we are delving into Chapter 14, Snape's Grudge. Mr. Prongs agrees with Mr. Mooney and would like to add that Professor Snape is an ugly git.
The best. That kind of magic is the best magic.
Just sassy teenage magic that just wants to insult the heck out of you. And knows to properly address him by Professor Snape, not Severus or whatever, sniveling. No, Professor Snape. The wonderful magic.
The magic is well aware that that Snape is a professor now,
yes,
and that he has a long hook nose, and it has like this own sense of agency, really, which is really, really cool magic. Agreed. Excellent stuff. Excellent.
Well, before we delve into this chapter, we want to remind you that if you enjoy the Potterverse, as it brings you Lumos in your time of Nox, we would love for you to become a member at jointhenerdclan.com. If one of you joining live right now, wouldn't mind typing that in, jointhenerdclan.com. It's your one-stop shop to support all things Mary and Blake. It helps us keep the podcast going, paying for our studio and our website needs. And honestly, it just keeps the content going. And because of that, we reward you. We actually have extra book clubs. I'm doing the Bridgerton read-along inside of the jointhenerdclan.com. Blake is heading up the Outlander read-along. He's doing Voyager.
That's right. And because we got so many members at jointhenerdclan.com, I actually started up a brand new blog series and a brand new podcast just called the MCU Diaries. And it is cataloging all of the MCU shows on Disney+, beginning with WandaVision. It's all there. Right? We are fully caught up. Even the latest podcast is all caught up right in time for tomorrow's finale of WandaVision, which I'm so excited. By the way, just as a quick aside, I know we're doing Potter tonight.
Okay.
They have announced that there's going to be a making of WandaVision documentary on the 12th. So guess what we're doing on the 12th?
Okay. All in. We are all in. So that, once again, it's your one-stop shop for all things of ways of supporting Mary and Blake. And we want to thank all of our friends. If you're a Nerd Clan member, write Nerd Clan in the comments because we want to shout you out. And if you're listening, high five. High five. Ready? I just gave you a high five.
You are such a dork.
Yes, Blake, professionally.
Oh,
all right,
my
let's
God,
get into
Marvin.
the show.
Oh, my goodness.
I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
Oh, man. You high-five the mic. You're such a nerd.
Here we go, guys. Chapter 14. We're well over halfway through in the book. Security is tightening inside all of Hogwarts, but especially Gryffindor Tower. You know who you don't want to be? Neville Longbottom. Nope. Or Sir Cadogan.
No.
Hagrid has to go to London for Buckbeak's trial. It's so scary. And then Ron and Harry go to Hogsmeade, and Harry kind of falls into this situation with Draco, and Draco sees his face, and Harry almost gets in trouble by Snape, and then he doesn't get in trouble, but Snape finds the Marauders map on him and is like, what is this? Lupin, come help me figure it out. And Lupin's like, I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to tell anybody. The end.
That's it. That's how it goes.
End scene. All right, let's start off just giving a moment. Maybe it should even be a different perspective at some point, but just giving a moment for Sir Cadogan and Neville. Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake sound effect going on off.
Oh, man. Not
now
great,
they have,
Bob.
and so the fat lady is back, but she would not come back until she was given extra protection. So a bunch of surly security trolls had been hired to guard her. Now, we've been told in previous books that trolls are incredibly dumb.
Right. That they're just, I feel like they're club bouncers.
Like, I think it's just their size that is intimidating. For example, my dad used to be a security officer, like an overnight security officer. He used to do it on like Friday or Saturday nights. I remember it vividly growing up, and he would just go. And I used to be like, Dad, what would you do if you actually found like a scary burglar? And he's like, I would just run away and call somebody else.
You know what? Smart man.
He is smart, because I was like, it's not like you have a weapon. Like, they just hire you there to like walk around the building once an hour.
Just check to make sure that nothing burns down. That's his job.
Yep. Well, that's pretty much what these trolls are. And then, of course, we get the we know that the one-eyed witch isn't boarded up. This is really interesting. So, like, they've taken extra precautions. They're just making sure that the entire school is taken care of. And yet nobody, except Fred and George, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and the Marauders, know about this secret passageway.
How does Snape not know about this passageway? He gives it a glance like he knows where it's coming from.
He knows there's something going on. And
Right.
how does he not figure it out? How does he not, like, bippity-boppity-boo it?
I don't know. Part of me thinks that he just willingly says no. I'm not gonna.
Like, I don't even want to get into this because it's
Yeah.
going to be another can of worms.
Right. Like I just don't. I don't even like. I'm gonna whistle past the graveyard on this one, just because. If I get down there, it's gonna be a problem, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to fill out all the paperwork, and I don't want to fill out paperwork. I'm too busy busting Potter's balls.
Paperwork. True. Smart.
It's like, when a cop pulls you over and he's like, oh man,
Yeah, I don't want to do this.
I'm just about to get off duty. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm not, whatever. Just don't be a dink anymore.
Yeah.
You know, just go the speed limit. All right. And he goes home. I think that's what Snape was doing. He knows what's happened, and he's,
Okay.
I don't feel like filling out the paperwork.
Okay, I
Just
can
whatever.
appreciate.
Whatevs.
Oh, look how it looks on Instagram. Almost. I need to, like, lean in.
Yeah. I fixed it, Marvin.
Okay, I'll get there.
Listen, focus on the show. Don't focus on
Okay.
Instagram. He's still doing it.
I'm trying to help people. People want to know about my Gryffindor sweatshirt.
Oh, man.
Ron, of course, is loving his moment in the spotlight. Instant celebrity, the book says.
Oh, of
Instant
course.
celebrity.
Instant.
Reliving every single moment, just reveling in it, just owning his time, reliving, the curtains being open and
Well,
there
it's
he
the
is with
first
the
time.
knife.
It's the first time that he is actually more popular than Harry.
Yeah.
And it's the first time he's more popular pretty much than anybody. He's always been Ron Weasley. Like, he's always been the afterthought because he's got 46,000 siblings and they're all running around and he's just the leftover.
I wonder how awkward it is for Ron in the future books when he
Still
does have
touching
to.
the mic.
It was a little low. When he, interacts with Sirius in the future.
Yep.
Like, does he ever, like, secretly tell him, like, listen, man, I have never been so scared in my life as until the moment that you were there. Like, you actually are still my nightmare.
Right. Good point.
It's just like Hagrid. It's just like Hagrid chilling with Fudge, being all cool inside the Three Broomsticks, having some butterbeer, even though Fudge just threw him in Azkaban the book
Right.
before. Don't you think Ron in the future would still kind of have a little bit of shock from this? Maybe not. I mean, they get over it. They make up, but that would give me nightmares. I'm just saying.
How about poor Neville? Poor Neville just wants to hang out with Harry. And Harry's just like, dude, no, he doesn't say anything. You feel bad for Neville.
You feel bad for Neville, and then you remember that he gets his moment.
Yeah, he gets a glow up.
He gets a glow up.
Yes, he does.
But B, he gets his moment in the last book. So we're just Neville right now. Neville is all of us who went through not only a few awkward years, but like all of the years were awkward.
Yes.
And then finally you're
every
like,
one of them were awkward.
yeah. That's for anyone else who went through that. You're like, okay, Neville's my person because I got you. And he just wants to have a friend.
I'll raise my hand on that one. I was that person that just went through awkward years. All of them.
Because there's very few people. So there's 5 Gryffindor boys
Yes.
in this year, in the 3rd year. So it's Harry, Ron, Dean, Seamus, and Neville. And Dean and Seamus are besties. They really should let 6 kids in each year. Having an odd number just means someone's going to be left out.
Well, what if there isn't 6 kids to go in? What are you going to do? Just magic up a kid?
I don't know. Bump someone in? But, like, obviously Neville's left out. You know that Dean and Seamus are going in, like, making fireworks.
Yes.
You know.
That's what
they're
of course
doing.
that's what they're doing.
Obviously. And then Harry, Ron are besties. And then there is Neville. Right. And I think the left out person in the opposite, in the girls' dormitory, is Hermione.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I feel so bad for Hermione in this chapter, even though I've kind of given her the business a little bit over the past few chapters.
You have.
I've given her the
not been that
business.
kind.
And, well, because she kind of deserves it. She kind of deserves it. And that's okay. And she kind of even deserves it a little bit in this chapter. just for the way that she's handled things. She's like, I'm gonna go tell but the map. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No.
But I do feel bad for Hermione because it has been noted since book 1. She just doesn't have many friends. And you're right, Mary. Ron and Harry have each other. So when things go awry, the way that they have been, where Ron is just totally all over Hermione in this chapter, you feel bad a little bit because Hermione's got no one else to, like, vent to.
I mean,
except
Hagrid leans
Hagrid.
into them. Yes. Can we just... I mean, Hagrid is my favorite character of the series.
Right. Absolutely.
He just is. I just can't... I feel bad for him for all the things that he's gone through. I still think that he should have been able to get his GED and a new wand. I'm just blown away by this. And here's Hagrid, who has the wherewithal. Like, he keeps an eye on Harry. He's been seeing Harry do all of his Quidditch stuff. And he is close enough with these boys that he's able to say, you guys are making a really big mistake.
Right. You would think that you'd put your friendship over a rat and a couple of brooms.
Yes.
And I love the scene where Hagrid, he is a professor for all of the magical beasts and everything. And he has this great respect for all of the animals as they are. And that is very evident in this chapter when he says, if Crookshanks did what a cat does, it's not Hermione's fault that the cat apparently ate Scabious. Like, it's not her fault. His fault, or whatever the cat is. I forget what. Is it a he? It's a he.
Crookshanks is a he.
Yeah, it's a he. It doesn't matter. It ain't Crookshanks' fault. It's not his fault. He's a cat. Cat's gonna do what cat's gonna do. It's a predator, man. It wants to eat some rats, and that rat is gonna do what rats do, which is run away from cats.
Well, and then I love his line where Ron is saying, if she just get rid of that cat, I'd speak to her again, but she's sticking up for it. It's a maniac, and she won't hear a word against it.
It's a maniac. I could just see him saying
I
that.
know.
Oh, it's great.
And then Hagrid replies, well, people can be a bit stupid about their pets. And I loved this because, just case in point, what he's dealing with Buckbeak, and obviously we've known Hagrid to have the dragon, that whole scenario. Right. He had the three-headed dog, Fluffy situation. So for Hagrid to say that, it probably just made Harry and Ron, who understand Hagrid, they just say, like, okay, Hagrid loves his pets, but they couldn't do that for Hermione. I mean, I'll be real. I would be upset too if I thought somebody's pet ate my pet and never said sorry. I would, once again.
But it ain't her fault. It's not her fault.
She should say, I'm sorry for the death of your pet.
Why? A cat's going to do what a cat's going to do. When you have all these animals running around, Ron's lucky that Hedwig didn't snatch up Scabious.
If my cat ate somebody's pet, I would really feel bad. If someone's dog bites someone else's dog, you feel bad. You say you're sorry. You take care of it.
Dogs do what dogs are going to do.
No. People get in trouble. They get, sued. You have to pay for medical bills.
We'll figure it out. We'll fight it out in court. I ain't saying sorry.
Judge Judy.
King stays king.
Jerry Seinfeld is now a judge.
Jerry Seinfeld's not a judge.
Judge Jerry. Google it.
Jerry Springer.
Oh.
Not Jerry Seinfeld.
That's what I meant.
Jerry Seinfeld.
That would be amazing.
What's the deal with your cat? Why is he eating a rat?
Can you imagine Jerry Seinfeld being the judge at Buckbeat's event? Oh, man. You're welcome, Blake.
Oh, yeah. Yada, 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 you're guilty.
That was Buckbeak's sentencing. Don't die. You just had a birthday. Oh.
That's the new shirt. That's the Buckbeak and yada yada yada. You're guilty.
There you go.
That's it. That's how we do.
So the boys have this moment where Hagrid lays it on down for them, saying you need to be better friends. Please be nice to Hermione. She's just looking out for you. And they go up to the castle, and what's the first person they run into? Hermione, who says, I'm going to get you in trouble again. If you go to Hogsmeade, I'm going to have to tell again. I'm going to have to tell them about the map and how you've been sneaking in.
And this is why she kind of deserves it, because, okay, listen, if you wanted to make the case, right, that, like, okay, Hermione is just looking out for Ron and especially Harry about the broom because there was this other thing that happened with the diary and, like, we don't know where this came from and, like, there could be, like, all right, yeah, I kind of get it. But this, the passageway and the map, come on, now you're just a fun sucker.
No, she doesn't want him to die.
No,
I mean,
fun sucker.
Sirius Black made his way somehow into Hogwarts, had a knife standing over Ron's bed. Had he been at the other bed right to his left, he would have been able to slash Harry in Hermione's mind.
Sure. Still a fun sucker.
So
you don't ruin a man's good time.
You know what's interesting, though, is she has this, and she's like, Harry, if you go to Hogsmeade again, I'm going to tell Professor McGonagall about that map. And then there's Ron. Can you hear someone talking, Harry? Growled Ron, not looking at Hermione. Harry does not acknowledge Hermione at all.
Right.
Ron and Hermione have this back and forth, like, boop, 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 and Harry's like, why, you're trying to get her expelled? And Hermione, tries to do a little something, and Crookshanks comes and, ruins the moment. So Harry and Ron just, like, walk away. But I love that Harry just avoids conflict by not talking. Our little lad has one particular student in his class who he's a wee bit prickly with.
We ain't the word.
No, it is just a wee. It's not like last year. Last year was bad.
Last year was...
This year, it's just prickly. And I told him, I was like, buddy, just be like Harry. Just ignore. Just don't... Just pretend you're Harry with Malfoy.
Sure.
He generally doesn't fight back. He generally just, walks away. And even here, he just walks away. Oh, the invisibility cloak. R.I.P. In this chapter.
I know. It gets stuck in the he leaves it in the corridor, doesn't
so
he?
I'm trying to picture it. So he had it over his head. He goes into, Honeydukes, gets to see it all, gets to go to the post office and everything. I loved how Ron's pretending to see how much it costs to get an owl to fly over to Egypt. And then they go up, towards the Shrieking Shack, and they're looking, and they're near the snowy area, and this is where they run into.
Listen, it keeps,
then fix my mic. I'm not this small.
Do
you see me? I look like Bathilda Bagshot, hunched over.
All I hear is...
Yeah, maybe fine. Good luck editing this sound, right? This is where I want to sit.
Hold on, let me see if I can...
This is where I wish I could be.
Hold on.
For those of you listening on the podcast, I apologize.
There we go. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, well,
see? There you go.
I mean...
Don't touch it now.
Okay. This is natural. Thank you.
There we go.
There we go.
More better.
More
More better.
Sitting normally. Ooh, la la.
All right, don't touch the mic no more.
Not touching. I don't need to. It's not slinking. So Harry has the invisibility cloak over him, which I picture like a sheet.
Yes.
And he's just mudslinging left and right.
Yes.
Which mudslingers are a real creature.
Is it really?
Yeah, I learned about them in Octonauts.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Octonauts are great, man.
Really
They teach you all the great stuff.
At least I think they're real. Or did I just make that up in my mind?
You know what? Just in case, there you go.
And he's throwing mud. And while this happens, the sheet, the invisibility cloak comes off just a little bit.
just see
and
a
he has
floating head.
a floating head. And Malfoy knows right away. And I didn't know why Harry... It's probably because of the Dementors, actually. I was wondering, like, if Malfoy can beat Harry back to Hogwarts, because Harry has to get into Honeydukes and then do this whole tunnel.
Yeah, and Malfoy can just run in the road.
Like, why couldn't Harry just run in the road with the invisibility cloak and just follow Malfoy?
Because how is he going to get into the school without being
He's
noticed?
invisible.
Yeah, but he's going to have to open a door.
No, but he just follows right behind Malfoy.
But what if he doesn't make it in time?
He would just follow Malfoy.
But what if he doesn't make it in time for whatever? Let's say he trips and falls.
Then he's in trouble.
You see? There you go. That's why you
But
gotta
I was
go.
just thinking-
You got to go through the passageway.
But I was wondering, can the Dementors... I think, doesn't Lupin... Doesn't someone say, like, they can sense you even if you're... Or is it Dumbledore? I think it's
Dumbledore says it doesn't matter even if you have a disguise or
Okay.
whatever.
There you go.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Yep. All right.
That's how it goes.
So he has to go this way because he will not be with
Can
the
you
Dementors.
imagine being Malfoy just seeing a floating head? Like, oh my god.
Rather than think, this is scary, there are ghosts here, there's stuff,
Yeah.
he's like, no, I know what to do.
Yep, exactly.
And he books it. Like, this guy has had it out for Potter so much that he knows exactly what to do. I need to go tell Snape because Harry Potter is not supposed to be out. Like, think about that. He pays that much attention to Harry.
Mm-hmm.
That he's realized that Harry didn't get to go out on the first trip.
Yep.
He knows enough, A, that Harry wasn't able to, and B, probably Harry shouldn't be out because of Sirius Black. But like, who pays that much attention to another kid?
Well, Malfoy does because
Exactly.
he's a Slytherin and he wants to get Harry. He wants to give Harry the business the way I've been giving Hermione the business for the past few
Don't
chapters.
stop. You got to lay off of her. I'm serious.
I know. I'm laying off. I got no problem. I'm just saying he wants to give Harry the business. He wants to get him in trouble. And by all accounts, he does. I mean, Snape is right there when Harry comes out and his hands are all muddy and he sees everything. I love the whole encounter.
I'll let you read, Blake. I know it's your
Mary,
favorite thing.
It's my favorite thing to
These are
do in this
my favorite
podcast.
things.
I love this. It's the best. Sit, said Snape. Harry sat. Snape, however, remained standing. Mr. Malfoy has been to see me with a strange story, Potter. I like how, by the way, that Snape addresses both Draco and Harry. He calls Draco Mr. Malfoy, and Harry just is referred to as Potter.
Good.
Yeah,
Nice.
you like that, huh? Listen, I didn't go to college to get stupid. Harry didn't say anything. He tells me that he was up in the Shrieking Shack when he ran into Weasley, apparently alone. Still,
Apparently.
Harry didn't speak. Mr. Malfoy states that he was standing and talking to Weasley when a large amount of mud hit him on the back of the head. How do you think that could have happened? Harry tried to look mildly surprised. I don't know, Professor. Snape's eyes were boring into Harry's. It was exactly like trying to stare out at a hippogriff. Harry tried hard not to blink. I also like that comparison
Occlumency.
too. Yeah, right?
No, it's he's doing
legilimens.
Oh, yeah,
Legilimens. Come on, let's get that right now. Got to get the branding right.
I always flip it.
I know you do. But I like it. I like how he's like staring into him and he's staring into Harry. Or I'm sorry. Harry is staring into Snape like Snape is a hippogriff. Like he's trying to give respect, but also like trying to blink, trying not to wince or, because what if you do, the hippogriff's all over you. Forget it. The game's over.
Yep.
You're out. What?
Just you being so cute, comparing Snape to a hippogriff.
Mr. Malfoy then saw an extraordinary apparition. Can you imagine what that might have been, Potter? No, said Harry, now trying to sound innocently curious. It was your head, Potter, floating in mid-air. There was a long silence. Maybe he'd better go to Madame Pomfrey, said Harry, if he's seeing things like, what do you think your head would have been doing in Hogsmeade, Potter? Said Snape softly. Your head is not allowed in Hogsmeade. No part of your body has permission to be in Hogsmeade. I know that, said Harry, striving to keep his face free of guilt or fear. It sounds like Malfoy's having Malfoy is not having hallucinations, snarled Snape, and he bent down, a hand on each arm of Harry's chair, so that their faces were a foot apart.
Let me look into those eyes, baby.
If your head was in Hogsmeade, so was the rest of you. Oh my goodness gracious. It's just so great. It's just because he's right. And I could just feel Alan Rickman in this scene, just the way that he kind of like slithers along stuff and he gets that close. And just
makes you really wish that like every single little bit of these books was able to go on screen because you just want to have all these moments.
And there's this great
because this is very different than the movie. In the movie, Harry's walking around at night
right.
And
there's a great comparison here and a great mirroring between Snape and Lupin, and it starts right here. So, he said, straightening up again, everyone from the Minister of Magic downwards has been trying to keep famous Harry Potter safe from Sirius Black. But famous Harry Potter is a law unto himself. Let the ordinary people worry about his safety. Famous Harry Potter goes where he wants to with no thought for the consequences. Oh, because... And I love this because they keep drawing comparisons.
We could tell you love it.
They keep drawing comparisons between Lupin and Snape throughout this entire book. Snape is right for the most part except when he's really picking on Neville for the sake of picking on Neville. But Snape brings up the same exact points that Lupin does later on in this chapter. It's just that Harry listens to Lupin because he was friends with his dad.
It's like when I told you should probably eat vegetables, and you were like, no, they don't taste good. And then some lady said you should eat vegetables, and you were like, did you know that vegetables are good for you?
There's always this great scene. I always think back to this, and I don't know why. I even think about it when I think of you too.
Oh.
When in the movie Father of the Bride,
okay,
there's a moment where Steve Martin's daughter, who's getting married, the bride, she is about to go outside, and he's like, hey, I forget her name now. It's like Janie or whatever the heck her name is. I forget. And he says, oh, it's really cold out. You should bring a coat. And she's like, no, I'm fine, blah, 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 blah. And then the fiance comes by. He says, oh, hey, Janie, it's really cold. You should get a coat. Oh, really? You think so? Thanks. And she puts the coat on right away, right in front of Steve Martin. And I feel like that's exactly what happens. And sometimes you do that to me. But the other way around. You don't listen to me. You listen to other people.
You don't listen to me either.
I listen to you all the time.
Not really.
Annie. Thank you, Elizabeth. It's Annie.
It's
forgot
okay.
about that.
Listen, we're married. This is what happens.
That's true. You don't listen to nothing I say. It's okay. It
no,
happens.
I do sometimes. When it's what I agree with.
How extraordinarily like your father you are, Potter, Snape said suddenly, his eyes glinting. He, too, was exceedingly arrogant. A small amount of talent on the Quidditch pitch made him think he was a cut above the rest of us, too, strutting around the place with his friends and admirers. The resemblance between you is uncanny. My dad didn't strut.
Oh, yes.
Edge Harry. This is ice skate edge Harry right here, said Harry before he could stop himself. And nor do I. Your father didn't set much store by rules either, Snape went on, pressing his advantage, his thin face full of malice. Rules were for lesser mortals, not Quidditch Cup winners. His head was swollen. Shut up! Harry was suddenly on his feet. Rage, such as he had not felt since his last night in Privet Drive, was thundering through him. He didn't care that Snape's face had gone rigid. The black eyes flashing dangerously. What did you say to me, Potter? I told you to shut up about my dad, Harry yelled. I know the truth, all right. He saved your life. Dumbledore told me that.
Boom!
You wouldn't even be here if it weren't for my dad.
Picture this 13-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hold on. You are 100% right. Let me get that for you.
I'm Harry freaking Potter.
This is his moment right now. He got his courage. He got his bravery. He's like, oh no, you just push the oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Button by dissing my dad.
Yes.
Nope. You've gone too far, man, and I'm just gonna lay it all out. And guess what? My fact checker, Dumbledore.
Dumbledore told me.
With a little asterisk footnote.
I feel like that's a Boston kid thing to do. Dumbledore told me that you would have died if it wasn't for my father. Get out of here, guy.
Hashtag truth.
Don't make me get Hermione and Ron. They'll tell you too. How do you like them apples?
We get to see the flu powder situation.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
I'm not done yet. Let me savor this Snape glory. I would hate you to run away with a false idea of your father, Potter, he said, a terrible grin twisting his face.
Oh.
Have you been imagining some act of glorious heroism? Then let me correct you. Your saintly father and his friends played a highly amusing joke on me that would have resulted in my death. if your father hadn't gotten cold feet at the last moment. There was nothing brave about what he did. He was saving his own skin as much as mine. Had their joke succeeded, he would have been expelled from Hogwarts. Oh, my God. Great stuff. Great.
Agreed.
And it's great because Harry, this is a stark contrast to the level of expectation that Harry has had for his father ever since hearing his dad's voice in his dream.
Oh, it wasn't a dream. It was the Dementor.
Yeah, sorry. But that's what I meant. The Dementor induced haze,
yes.
if you will. This takes Harry down a notch, and it brings reality back to the situation because, again, Snape's not wrong. It's just that Harry doesn't want to believe him and doesn't want to take any consideration to Snape's perspective, just like he's done the entire time while at Hogwarts, even though Snape has gone out on the line and saved his Keista a number of different times.
They should have just taken a step back. They needed a class on like interpersonal skills. Like, why don't you try to see things from another person's perspective? Why don't you try to understand the things that people have gone through?
Mm-hmm.
This would have made things a lot easier.
Can
we get to the flu powder?
Yeah, go to the flu powder. Sorry.
So Snape like picks up the flu powder dust, tosses it. You're not like into this because I was so into this.
No,
it was
I'm into
pretty
it.
much like us dropping in on our kids on Alexa.
That's true.
Alexa, drop in on kitchen. Are you doing your homework? No. Okay, I'm coming down. So he like flu powders, like, Lupin, get in here. We need to talk. And in comes Lupin, who puts on the best like fake face to protect the day.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, we also had Ron, poor little Ron, running on in, trying to say like, I gave Harry that stuff in Zonko's ages ago. What a solid friend. Like running into Snape's office of all places. Like, I'm going to cover for my buddy. I'm going to do this.
Here's the question I have for you, sweetheart. That is, does Snape know that it's Lupin?
No.
I don't know. The textual evidence would suggest that he does. Because he looks at Lupin with this look when he's like, don't you think he would go straight to the manufacturers? Did he get it straight from the manufacturers? Like, I know. Like, how does Snape not know the nickname Wormtail? And, like, he knows Wormtail, the nickname. He knows the nickname. If he knows Wormtail, he has to know he has to know Padfoot,
Why do you
Prongs, and Mooney. Has to.
Why do you think he knows Wormtail's nickname?
Because later on, he refers to Peter Pettigrew as Wormtail.
Maybe he tells him, like, listen, man, this is my like hood rat name. Get it? Get it?
I do. Oh, you know what?
Bam! Just like that.
My hood rat name. You just made.
Are you okay?
You just made the geekiest joke ever.
But I don't even think other people know it. I don't think they know the hood rat.
No, but I don't know how people don't know
Video.
that. Are you telling me that?
That video is classic.
Oh, the video is great. Like doing hood rat things.
Yeah.
How are you telling me that these pack of 4 kids are running around school at that time and nobody knows the nicknames that they use for each other? It's a top secret, double secret probation name. Like, there's no way that people have to know these names.
Snape hasn't seen, like, okay, this was a Gryffindor code names right here, okay?
Yes.
This is Gryffindor code names. Peter Pettigrew, Gryffindor code name Funtime, secret double agent that people didn't know about. Snape didn't know that Peter Pettigrew was a secret double agent. Peter Pettigrew and Snape were not friends.
Yeah, right, but I'm saying...
Then Peter Pettigrew is dead.
Yes.
So in no way, shape, or form could Peter Pettigrew, who's been a rat all this time, have crept into Snape's office and been like, "Psst, buddy, it's me. It's Peter Pettigrew. But I go by Wormtail now.
I don't know.
But really, I go by Scabbers now."
I don't know.
He doesn't know who Wormtail is until he comes out and he rejoins the Dark Lord and he says, "This is my hood rat name."
I don't know. Let me just read you the passage. Lupin looked up and, by the merest half glance in Harry's direction, warned him not to interrupt. "Full of dark magic," he repeated mildly. "Do you really think so, Severus? It looks to me as though it's merely a piece of parchment that insults anybody who tries to read it. Childish, but surely not dangerous. I imagine it got it from a joke shop." "Indeed," said Snape. His jaw had gone rigid with anger. "You think a joke shop could supply him with such a thing? You don't think it more likely that he got it directly from the manufacturers? And the way that it's written here, it's italicized. That is with purpose. It is with intent. When you italicize something like that, it's like emboldening it. It's like putting a giant exclamation point with underline in it. There is intent here. It's like saying,
Okay, so if he
Mary,
does...
are you telling me you're not a Gryffindor?"
So if you're going to take this stance, which I can appreciate, because I don't think it's ever really clarified.
No, it's not. And that's why...
But then he's going to know Padfoot and the manufacturers he could be thinking as Sirius Black.
That's true.
Rather than like Lupin, you're a manufacturer. If we're supposed to read into this, I think he's saying, "Lupin, don't you think like he could have randomly gotten this from the manufacturer? Like maybe Snape has enough respect and trust in Lupin, and Lupin has come out saying, 'Listen, I want nothing to do with Sirius Black. He killed my best friends, whatever.' Maybe this is his way of telling Lupin, this is you and your jabronis
Right, that's
who
what I'm
wrote
saying.
this. Don't you think Sirius Black?" I think if you wanted to go that route.
Angela on Facebook is asking, who is the manufacturers? This confuses me.
Spoiler world, for people who are brand new, it is Harry Potter's dad, Lupin, Sirius Black, and Peter Pettigrew, who are...
They are Macers,
the
Wormtail,
Marauders.
Mooney, Padfoot, and Prongs. And those they're nicknames for each James and Remus and Sirius and Peter. Those are the nicknames. So I don't know. I feel like there's implicit also in Lupin's reaction to Harry is I'm not, well, that's not implicit. It's direct. I'm not covering up for you anymore, Harry. Like, you can't be an idiot. And I think Remus knows that Snape knows that he's the one who, and he and his buddies made this map because of the nicknames showed up.
Okay.
And listen, he doesn't want to say it to Harry, but I'm the one who made this thing. It somehow ended up in your hands. I don't know how you got it, but you did. And I know for a fact that it was in what's-his-name's office. Filch's office. But you got your hands on it. So what are we doing? What are we doing here? You can't be doing this. And I feel like Lupin is telling him without saying it directly. I covered up for you. Don't make me look like an idiot again.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. So that's that.
All right.
Anything else you want to say about this chapter, my darling?
No, I think that's about it.
One last thing I would say is you're getting a sense of the group. You're getting a sense of the of Wormtail and Padfoot and Prongs and Mooney, because we know now that Lupin was Mooney, and the way that he just reacts so smoothly to Snape and gives Harry this quick glance, that tells you a lot about him. You know how we've talked about how Hermione and Ron and Harry each have roles in their friendship? I feel like Lupin's role is one of being the story guy. And because he has to cover himself up so much for being a werewolf, he's so quick and easy to just be able to maneuver and have these stories or cover
He has
up.
a good
or,
poker face.
He's got a poker
Okay.
face. He's got a good poker face.
Okay.
So that's that. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. We do not have. Oh, we have a different perspective.
Yes, we
it's
do.
your turn.
Yeah.
It's your turn. You got one?
I mean, isn't it always?
Yes. Yes, it is. Pretty much for the most
Okay.
part. I had last week. You didn't like that one either. So it's your turn now.
Holy cricket! You're Harry Potter! I'm Hermione Granger. And you are?
Remus Lupin.
Oh, Remus, what's up, buddy?
You're Snape.
I'm Snape.
Yeah.
Lupin, you suck.
No, that's not how this works.
What are you doing?
We're in the teacher's lounge.
Hey,
Snape.
Lupin, come over here. I got this map.
No. Okay, this is my turn.
You told me I'm Snape.
I'm setting the scene.
Okay.
We're in the teacher's lounge.
Okay.
Having dinner.
I'm having dinner. Okay.
Little lunch dinner.
Am I like a sausage and chips guy, or
What?
am I like a salad guy?
I think you're like a soup guy. I think you slurp. Slurping Snivelus. Anyway,
Slurping snivel.
so I'm going to come on over with my filet.
With your fillet.
Yeah, while you have your soup.
Rare.
Yes, Remus gets a rare filet. Severus, I just want to clarify something.
What, Lupin?
I honestly have no idea how Potter got that
Yeah,
parchment.
okay, guy. It's got your name on it.
You know. I wouldn't want anything like that to be in Harry Potter's hands.
Sure. You and your buddies basically killed
okay,
me.
never mind. We can't do different perspectives together.
Why not? You told me to be
Because
Snape. I'm being Snape.
I know, but I just don't. I think Snape and Lupin actually have a much better relationship than you're letting it out to be.
Oh, okay, fine.
No,
No. Go ahead.
I'm done.
You don't want.
I'm done.
You don't
I've
want.
lost my momentum. But
No.
all I wanted to say is I feel like because Lupin has been so open to Snape about his condition, that he's a werewolf, and Snape is brewing this highly difficult potion for him, I feel like they have this really mutual understanding, and they both mourn James and Lily. So I don't think that Snape would be like, what are you doing giving him this map, you little liar? I think I think they would have like a little moment in the teacher's lounge where they'd say, whoa, that was crazy, man. Harry Potter, he does hood rat stuff. The end.
Like that little worm tail doing hood rat stuff. I know his hood rat name.
No, they didn't think he did hood rat stuff because they felt bad for him. They think he's dead.
Yeah, whatevs.
This, of course, is the time that if you have any questions, if you're watching us live, we would love for you to post the questions, preceding it with a lightning bolt emoji. So please feel free to post those now. This is the moment. And McKenna on Instagram says, in the Order of the Phoenix film, when Snape is training Harry to not let Voldemort into his mind, Harry sees one of Snape as old memories, where James refers to Lupin in front of Snape. Okay, it cut off, but... And they're praying. Maybe they're saying their nicknames there. Lily Jenkins on YouTube says, what would be Snape's nickname if he was part of the Marauders?
We
What?
didn't play our sound. We didn't play the sounder.
Oh, Miles here.
Okay, go ahead. Now you can.
Lily Jenkins says, what would be Snape's nickname if he was part of the Marauders?
Greasy.
Okay, yeah. If he's part of the Marauders.
Greasy.
No, they were nicknaming him Snivelus.
Yeah, but that was
So, what-
was like
But I don't think they would. Like, I think these are names that they chose for themselves. Like, he wouldn't want to be called Greasy.
well, a nickname. You can't give yourself a nickname. It's against
He
the
wouldn't
rules.
stick with that.
And when you give nicknames to your friends, there are no sacred cows. There are none. It doesn't matter. Like, your worst thing about you will become your nickname. That's how it's supposed to go, especially with the guys. Guys being dudes give each other weird nicknames. It's how it is. Like my sophomore year, we had a kid that had to room with us that was a freshman. His nickname, we called him Meat.
We need to stop saying hood rat. I just Googled it.
Okay.
It does not mean what we think it means.
Okay, sure. Whatevs.
Hood rat is a witch, switch out B, with no class, but quick to give up on sass, take away the S. Noun, slang, someone who has, does the deed with everyone in the hood or neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
That is not what we meant.
We don't mean that.
No.
We made it from the movie. I mean, from the video on
It's
YouTube.
a YouTube clip of this little
Yeah.
kid who's like,
Doing hood rat
I
stuff.
ran away from my grandma and took a car. He's like 4 because I want to go do hood rat stuff and smoke cigarettes with my friends. And he's like 4.
Yeah.
He's like so young. Oh, we have to find the video, but never mind. We will stop saying hood rat because we don't want that on a t-shirt.
Okay.
No one wants to walk around.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
Go down. That's where they are.
I know. I'm just making sure. Okay. Allison says, pretty sure Snape resents the heck out of Lupin for having to brew him the potion at all the time. I don't think there's anything but animosity on Snape's part, from Allison on Facebook. Marvin, thoughts?
See, I kind of feel like Snape likes having the power. Like,
Good one.
I'm the best potion brewer. Like, I am the potions master. I can do this. And it's not every day that I get to brew a potion that actually has good use. I mean, I'm hanging out with little kids all the time. So I kind of like that Lupin owes me. You know, like, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
Angela asks, how did Ron know exactly what happened to tell the same story with huffing and the puffing? Just a minute before, Harry was worried he wouldn't be able to get to Ron. First, tell him the cover story. He came in and said exactly what Harry said.
I think because Ron had brought Harry things from Honeydukes and Hogsmeade last time.
Yes.
That he just probably thought this is what Harry will say because his previous items were from me.
Caitlin asks, do we ever find out what the prank is? The prank that James pulls on Snape.
So.
I think so. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Let's see here. Jolene says, with that definition, that's a very different Peter Pettigrew.
Yes. Not a hood wrap. So we will not be making that shirt.
Man. Oh, that is funny.
No, you don't need like your family Googling that.
No, what was the shirt that I was supposed to
You're
make?
going to make a Peter Pettigrew hood rat shirt.
No,
Don't do that.
it wasn't. It was going to be something else.
Okay.
It was going to be something else. I
Well,
forget
hope
now.
it's not that.
I forget what it is now. Victoria asks, do you think Snape got the kids to study werewolves to help them out, or to help, or to out Lupin?
To out Lupin.
I think it's a little bit of both.
It wasn't even in... You think it was to help them?
Yeah, in case
Lupin eats them?
Well, in case something bad happens, they're gonna have some knowledge of what they're facing, and it's better to arm them with a little bit more knowledge than nothing, and just whistle
That
past
teacher's
that
room
graveyard.
Conversation must have been weird. Lupin coming back, being like, "So Severus, the students told me that they weren't studying what Huffy Pinks or something like that. That they were actually starting the werewolf chapter.
Yeah.
Is everything all right? Well, I just want them to be prepared."
Lily says it was the Jerry Seinfeld shirt. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what yada yada yada. You're guilty.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all we got here. Oh, Suzanne says, which character goes with each nickname? I am confused.
Mooney
is Lupin. Prongs is
James Potter.
because of his Patronus and the stag.
Yeah,
Padfoot is Sirius. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Padfoot is Sirius because he is the black dog, and Wormtail, he is a little rat worm. That's what he is, because he's that's Peter Pettigrew because he's a rat and he's Wormtail. That is the nicknames, and that is how they coincide with each character. So that is that. I just love the Marauders map. Is the best. It's such great magic, and it is it's useful magic. And Mary has her own copy of the Marauders map in our studio. If you're watching it live, you can see the whole thing. I got it for her. As a matter of fact, I got it for her out of an airline magazine years and years and years ago.
Back when that was like a thing.
When it was a thing, it was like the Sky Mall. That's what it was. It was the Sky Mall, and I got it out of there for her. And the thing's awesome. It has all these little fold-outs and everything. It's the best. It's such a good copy. It's not like them cheap copies you get from Target now. You know?
It's not like those.
No. I think the whole thing is great. I love that thing.
Sky Mall at its finest. Well, I think that
I think
wraps
that's it. That wraps it up. That
Yay!
wraps it up. I
I'm
love
so
this
glad you're
chapter.
having. Yeah, I can tell, Blake.
Love this
You have
chapter.
been very, very enthusiastic. So let's close out the show.
Let's do it.
Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us and delving into The Prisoner of Azkaban again. We're going to be here same time, same place next week, Thursday, 8:15 p.m. So if you're listening on the podcast, we would love for you to join us. We do have a complimentary texting reminder service. So just in case plans change and our kids don't sleep or something happens.
Which happens all the time.
Exactly. So
Kids
you're going
never
to want to
sleep.
get on our complimentary texting service. I'm going to ask my friends who are live right now to help put this in. You're going to text the phone number 81010. If you've never done this before and you're like, why? It has only 5 numbers. It's totally okay. If you're in the U.S., text the phone number 81010, and in the message field, you're going to put the @ symbol and then Elder Wand.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you got to
Just
do.
like one word, Elder Wand, in
Yep.
the message field. And you hit send, and you will be automatically added to my free complimentary texting service. If you live outside the U.S., you can go to remind.com/join/Elder Wand.
And of course, I want to remind you, like that transition right there, I want to remind you to go to MarionBlake.com, check out the brand new podcast that we have for WandaVision and all the future MCU shows on Disney+. It's called The MCU Diaries, and I'm hosting it.
Awesome. My name's Mary.
My name is Blake.
Mischief managed.
Still touching the mic. Still touching the mic.
Yes, so this sweatshirt, a few of you had asked, it's from Hedwig Design Company. You can find them on Instagram. You can find them on Etsy. It's super cute. This is the...
Yeah, well, let me get you the split shot here.
Oh,
There you
cute.
go.
Okay. So it's got like the little cute stars and on the arm. So one arm has the chapter stars, like the book stars.
Mhm.
And then a little bit above the G has the stars. I have the gold, like shimmer gold, because,
all
that's just
shimmer.
fun. It's a
Yeah.
little
Well,
little
you're a
fun.
shimmery.
Woo, yeah, why not? And then the earrings, a few people had asked. This is from the store Shop Among the Daisies.
Look at you.
And that's another. So both female-owned businesses, because this is International Women's Month.
Ah, yes.
It's actually the big day is on Sunday, I believe. So want to shout out my female business friends who make Potter stuff that bring me so much joy.
That's right. Right. And a beautiful female, got me this shirt, as a matter of fact, for my birthday.
Yay!
In celebration of the MCU Diaries. It is
That's
my
right.
Marvel shirt, so I'm excited by that.
Yes, Rachel, it's Bailey from Team Magic. Bailey is the one that makes them and designs them. So if you just want to shoot her a message, she can send you the link and hook you on up. It's so cute.
Yeah,
Love it.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
I
guys.
think you guys all have. Oh, sorry, I'm like looking at the wrong camera again.
Well, no, I'm going to switch you back to this one because that's how it goes. That's how we do.
This is how you do it.
Oh, I never did our... I forgot to do this.
That's okay, Blake. People will forgive you. It still looked nice. It's not like it was something completely random.
I know, but still, that pissed me off.
It's okay.
All
Everybody have a great night. Remember, if you joined us live, you can still share. Sharing is caring. It's honestly the best thing you can do for podcasters. If you're a fan of other podcasts as well, know that this is honestly what means so very much to us. If you're on Instagram, what?
Rachel says she needs the Hufflepuff one. Rachel, I got sad
No.
news for you. They don't make Hufflepuff
Yes,
ones.
she does.
Even
Yes,
though
she
they don't
does.
care about 'em.
Ignore. Instagram, you can
They don't
just
make any money off
Stop.
Hufflepuffs.
You can screenshot and throw this in your stories. Tag Mary and Blake Media. All right. I wish I had the soundboard so I could turn you down. If you're on YouTube, you share however you like, my friends. Facebook, hit that share button, and you can share on your wall, stories, or your Harry Potter groups.
Oh, man.
Thank you all so much. I apologize for my husband. Rachel just is lame. Agreed.
Oh, man.
Agreed.
Oh, thanks, guys. Much
Such a
love.
Slytherin. Bye.
Julian says, you're the worst, Burr.
Yes.
All right. Bye, guys.